Welcome back from the break. You're still watching Sunrise at Sea right here on CTV. My name is Apollo Sarah once again, and I'm with the ladies, and we switch gears. And today we're going to be talking about something a little controversial, perhaps. Something that women do not like to disclose about themselves. But before I get into the question that we posted onto our social media, please remember that we are streaming live on our Facebook page, and that's at CTV Uganda, and on our website, and that's at www.ctv.co.ug. I love saying that because it's as if it has a tune to it. So today we got a letter from a gentleman who is in I think he's probably asking for some legal advice this time. And this gentleman says, "Dear Sunrise at Sea, thanks for the show. You're welcome, darling. My name is Mike. I am 25 years old and just found out my girlfriend of 9 months is 17 years old. When we first met, she said that she was 19 years old. Is it okay to keep dating her yet she's under 18? Mike, you're going to get arrested. But before we get into it, we posted the question on our social media, that's on Twitter, and we asked the question, why do some women lie about their age?
It is our age. It is our age. Why is it an issue if we lie about it? It is my age.
Would it be a deal breaker if, say, the person you are dating lied about their age?
Definitely. For me, yes, it would.
But then why are you lying about your age?
That was just that. No, I don't lie about my age. I have no reason to lie about my age. I am proud about it. I mean, I'm not growing any younger, so why would I be lying about my age? But it definitely wouldn't be a deal breaker.
So before we answer this question about why women lie about their age, let's first give some advice to Mike. Do you think it's okay for him to keep on dating this girl and yet she's underage? Because the age of consent in our country, Uganda, is 18 years old. And I hope he's not having relations with this girl, because if he is, then that is statutory rape. And according to the Ugandan law, any person who has sexual intercourse with a girl below the age of 18 is guilty of defilement. And it's also referred to as statutory rape in other jurisdictions, a capital offense for which death is the maximum sentence. Imagine that. It is irrelevant whether or not the girl consented to the sexual act. So, Mike, I hope you are not engaging in things you're not supposed to be doing with this young girl. So, ladies, do you think Mike should keep on seeing this girl?
No, absolutely not. He should stop seeing her with immediate effect.
Yes.
Block her. Yes.
Let her go back to school.
Let her go back to school. Block her. Just vanish. Ghost her.
Oh my God, son.
Yes, I think you should ghost her, because, I mean, you're breaking the law, first of all. Like, you didn't know it wasn't your fault. She lied to you. But you're breaking the law. Plus, you don't want to put her in that position, or put yourself in that position. So just ghost her, and then on her 18th birthday, call her and tell her what's up.
Give her one more year. Just leave her alone for one more year. And if you may be wondering what the age of consent, what this means, well, the age of consent is the age at which a person is considered to be legally competent to consent to any sexual act. Now, the age of consent in countries does vary. However, Angola and the Philippines has the youngest and lowest age of consent, which is, can you guess?
16?
12.
What?
Yeah.
12 years old.
It is 12.
Oh my gosh.
In the US, it's between 16 and 18 years old, and it
Yes.
varies across different states. In South Africa, it's 17 years old. In Uganda, it is 18.
12? Really?
Yeah.
12.
What do those people eat? Maybe it
They mature
gives them.
faster.
Yes.
Could be so.
Yes.
Could be so. So, Siobhan, what do you think? Should Mike keep on seeing this girl?
Absolutely not. But I don't think he should take Sandra's advice of vanishing, block. But don't block the girl. You might now get, like, you're committing one crime and then you're going to get into another. The girl might have mental breakdown, and then we shall get into suicidal attempts. So I'm thinking maybe have a candid conversation with her and say, so you lied about your age and this and this and this. I do not want to get into trouble. Can we continue this relationship when you're much older?
Yes.
Yeah. But also you please continue talking to her. Don't just ghost her. That's not good, Sandra.
You have not met teenage girls. They are relentless. Might start sending cast traps on WhatsApp and then he might fall off the bandwagon.
And
So like go cold turkey.
And
Ghost.
that is true, because a lot of girls actually start to engage into relationships by the time they get to senior 4 vacation,
Yes.
senior 4, senior 5, senior 6.
Even senior 2.
Even senior 2.
Yeah.
Because there was even a time back in school you see the girls in your class have their boyfriends come and see them, and their boyfriends are like at uni or even older. And I'd be like,
Can you imagine?
it was such a
so
gag.
cool.
And you felt so
No, it felt so cool. Like people who used to do that actually felt cool when their men would come to see them in school. Yeah?
Yes.
Driving Lamborghinis, like we said, a car is a necessity.
Because a lot of people have this whole consent thing misconstrued, because you engage in, say, a sexual relationship with a girl and she consents to it and she likes you, you think that it is okay. Look at people like, say, for instance, R. Kelly, who got himself in so much trouble. Tiger, the rapper, also got a lot of backlash on social media when he was dating Kylie Jenner.
Yeah.
She was about 16,
16,
17, and he was well in his 20s when he was dating her. He also got a lot of backlash. R. Kelly's relationship with Aaliyah again, you know, he even married her, and she was about what, 15, 16 years old. Imagine that. So a lot of older men think that it is okay as long as
She consents.
she consents to it, and our Ugandan law says they don't want to hear your stories now. The maximum sentence.
Then maybe just make sure if you're doing that, the law doesn't catch up with you.
But Shivan,
What are you
why are you
saying?
still saying this?
Okay.
Oh, so now let's move on to the next topic. Why do you think women lie about their ages? Because for Mike's issue, his dilemma here is that he thought that she was above the age. She was above 18. She said that she was 19, and yet in actual sense she was 17. Why do women lie about their ages? I mean, have you lied about your age before?
I personally haven't, but I would say the reason as to why most women, or majority, or those that have met, lie about their age is the fear of rejection. For very many ladies out there, especially if they're much older or even younger.
Yes.
Like now for that particular story that we're looking at, that later we're looking at, I mean, you could see that that lady definitely, the young girl definitely wanted to have a boyfriend, but she had to lie about the age to appear mature. So some ladies want to appear mature, while the mature ones seem to want to appear younger. So the most common reason is fear of rejection, but also for very many women, an age, I just don't understand it, but very many women get attached to their ages, and revealing it is like revealing everything about you. They would prefer that you would tell your age to your husband, and not just everybody throwing about your age just like that. So it's mostly fear of rejection. But I would never lie about my age though.
Sandra, have you lied about your age?
No, I've never lied about my age. I think, and like what you're saying, Shivan, is women fear rejection. But let's track back and see where this insecurity comes from.
Yep.
This insecurity comes from men. That's where it comes from. That's why a woman feels a certain type of way. Men have put us in boxes. They're like, okay, she's in her 20s, she's hot stuff now, she's the it girl. When you move on, and this is also the pressure of why women end up in marriages that they don't want to, because they're looking at the time clock. It's like, I'm going to get too old. How can you be 32 and you're not married? Like, a man has not made an honest woman out of you. That means you fall off now to the other side, whereby, oh my goodness, I'm scared to tell my age because they're going to say I'm too old. Men don't have a problem with saying this. Why? Because they feel they can date any woman on the spectrum.
Yes.
I can date here, I can date there, I can date there. Yeah? But for a woman, this insecurity is ingrained in her brain, and that's why she becomes so afraid to say her age. And I don't agree with you, Shivan, that a woman should only tell her husband her age. Why? Why should she only tell her husband? Because she's already taken, she's in a safe space.
Yeah.
You understand where that is coming from, that insecurity? I absolutely do not agree. I do not lie about my age. In fact, my birthday is in 2 weeks. I turn 39. Yes, it's my last year in my 30s.
February?
Last
February.
Last year in my 30s, and enjoyment anyways.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I feel that I never lie about my age because, first of all, the way I look at it is growing older is a privilege denied to many.
Absolutely.
That's how I view it.
Yeah.
Growing older is a privilege denied to so many people. So many people die young, especially in these last 2 years.
Yeah.
You find people are dying young. Yeah. And I'm almost going to the 4th floor. So I am grateful.
Yes.
I am grateful. And all those years that I've incurred, yeah, I have learned from. All that experience, all that I've gone through in my 20s, to be able now to go into my 40s, have made me the person that I am today. I would not give anything to remove that
Yes.
from myself. All have come together to make me the person and the woman that I am today.
Yes.
So I find it so comical when I find women lying about their age. Why are you so... I think we should decenter ourselves from male validation.
Yeah.
We should do that. No, men are not everything. Like, decenter yourself from men validation and just be your own true, authentic self. The person who wants to be with you and needs to be with you will be with you regardless.
Of your age. And age is nothing but just a number.
Exactly.
And age for a relationship, I mean, there's a time we did have a conversation on love and we said, is the age of someone you're dating a deal breaker? And I would definitely say no, because age is nothing but a number. I mean, we have seen so many couples that either date younger men or older men and they thrive. And I'll re-echo what Sandra did say. I think it's very important for very many women to stop comparing themselves to other people, but also stop living for the approval of men.
Mm-hmm. That's very important. But you know what? I have lied about my age.
Is that why you are laughing?
That's why I was laughing. And do you know what?
I
did not lie to say I was younger. I actually lied to say I was older. So that I could get out of a relationship with this guy. We were the same age, right? We were the same age. So I said I was 5 years older. So to tell him that, you know what, I'm older than you and it's not going to work. It's so weird, right? Yeah. It's so stupid. I could have just said, no, I don't want to be with you. Leave me alone. So, you know, instead of I'm not here to suffer. Anyway, a survey conducted by the U.S. Medical Aesthetic Clinic did say that 90% of women have lied about their age and view themselves to be at least 10 years younger than they actually are. And it goes down to how you feel about yourself and not rather about how you look or how old you actually are. And it went on to list a number of reasons as to why do women lie about their age. Number one is because sometimes some job opportunities or opportunities in general may limit you from getting it because, say, of your age. So for instance, if they say, oh, we want people between the age of, say, 20 and 35 to apply for this job, and you're over 35, that is why women, you know, backtrack to be younger so that they can, you know, access these job opportunities. It also said that about 80% of women lie about their age on dating sites. Because when you are your age sometimes, men are not going to want to swipe right over swipe left, right?
You know what somebody told me? They don't swipe that because they are looking like for young chicks.
Yes.
So when they see your age, they imagine a hen brooding, sitting on eggs. So they're like, no.
No. This one is going to be a lot of work. She's probably a strong, independent woman. I don't want that. I don't want that.
She's going to be very strong-headed. Another reason why men do not like older women is because they want to be dominant. And if you are older, you know what you want, but most importantly, you know what you don't want.
Yes.
So they don't like this. They don't like a woman who is very assertive and stands her ground, and they're on the same level playing field.
Yes.
So they feel challenged. Most men, I'm not saying all men, but some men, they feel challenged and they're like, no, I'm not going to pick. I'm looking for a woman to marry. This guy is like 38, but he's looking for a lady who's like 23.
Yes.
So that he can control her. Men are obsessed with control. Most men. I don't know if it's innate to them, but I find it's an obsession. But this is a conversation for another day.
Yes.
That's why they opt to look lower.
Yes.
The lower the age, then it can make them feel a certain way.
Yes.
But I think it takes a special kind of man to be with that kind of woman, the same age and everything, and is comfortable.
Yeah, and I think I would definitely applaud men that would decide to go for a girl that is either within their age bracket or maybe 2 years younger, because you can definitely see that you will have to make the effort, because again, you're playing the same games, and you're both at the same mental space, and basically you do not have the guts or even the right to say that now I control you. No, because why? Your opportunities are as open as possible. So even men who go ahead and decide to want to have girls within their age bracket, actually, maximum respect.
Exactly. And another reason as to, especially like in Hollywood, when women start getting to a certain age, they now start casting them as older women in movie roles. So Charlize Theron refused to take the role of as Wonder Woman's mother in Wonder Woman, because she's like, it's such an insult that her and what's her name? Girl, she's called Girl, Wonder Woman, are almost the same age. Charlize Theron is just older than her by about 2-3 years, and they wanted to cast Charlize Theron as her mother. So she was like, don't disrespect me like that. Do you know who I am? Have you heard about me? Charlize Theron, Grammy winner, Emmy Award winner, mother, old woman. What are you talking about?
My life has just begun.
I love Angela Bassett.
Yes. She embraces her age.
Yes, and she's so sexy. I feel an older woman who has found her true authentic self and embraces who she is. I think there's nothing sexier than that.
Yes.
Yeah. Regardless of men validation, I think for a woman.
And she radiates. She radiates, like people come to her. She doesn't need to go and find anyone.
Exactly. Yeah. I would like to ask, would you go back maybe 5 if you had to relive a certain age in your life? Which age would that be?
Just 1 year?
Just okay, maybe. Okay, let's give it.
Look at them spinning.
Let us give it, say, a span of 3 to 5 years. Is there any age?
And then I come back.
And then you come back. Would you ever relive?
Yes, honey. Yes.
Which one?
21 to 26.
Oh, dear.
Woo! Yes. Enjoyment.
Do you know, I wouldn't.
I would for the fun of it. But I would come back. I don't want to stay there. Just for a little bit. And I don't want to stay there for that long. I think I would like for 6 months to live all those years in those 6 months, like a crash program.
The best part.
And then I turn 40 after that.
Do you know, I would go back to slap myself in the face, because I would not relive any of my teenage years or 20s. I would not do that. Matter of fact, I'm very glad to be in my 30s right now, because looking back, I'm like, you were so, what is wrong with you?
Do you know what happened to me? You know these things that you get on Facebook about memories?
Yes.
I had to shut down my Facebook account and open another one, because I would see and I'm like,
what was I thinking?
Like, I just cringe. I'm like, what was I ranting about? This stuff does not make sense.
It does not.
I'm like, where was my mind space? I could not deal with it anymore. I just had to close that account, and then I just opened up a new one.
But each year comes with different priorities and different character traits. I mean, if you're in your 20s, you definitely act like a 20. If you're a teen, you'll definitely be racing around thinking that you're the best thing that ever happened to a man, you know. If you're in your 30s, then you start to realize, oh, there are things such as bills. There are things such as, medical attention. There are things such as health insurance. So when you reach your 50s, you're like, oh, okay, you know what? I think I need to settle down and calm down. So each category of an age bracket comes along with different character traits, personalities, and responsibilities and things that you chase after. So I definitely wouldn't. I don't think I would want to go back to regardless any age bracket. Or maybe I would want to remain exactly the way
I saw this thing and I really laughed. And I can't believe when we were younger, we used to think of people our age like adults.
Now we are the adults.
Now we are the adults.
So, although it is not illegal to lie about your age, there's nothing wrong about lying your age. However, lying about your age online is really a big crime, because number one, because you know how the internet is set up and all, there's content and information for particular, age brackets and whatnot. So say for instance, you're under the age of, say, consent, you're under 18 years old, but then now you're signing into an adult, entertainment site, or you're signing into an account that has,
dating app.
Dating app. It could be an adult entertainment site. It could be even on social media. It's illegal to do that, because then you either have
terms and conditions.
You'll have legal repercussions, charges put on you, or you'll have your account banned. because you're not supposed to lie about your age, because the content that you do view can be harmful to you, or you can put yourself in a situation where you are vulnerable to people that can take advantage of you, like say for instance pedophiles, human traffickers, you know, scammers, cyber bullies, and we know what the repercussions and the downside of what social media is, how detrimental social media can be to people. So it is not allowed. But briefly, ladies, before we leave, how can women learn to embrace their age?
I think, like what I said, just be your true authentic self. What do you want? Stop putting your validation in other people's hands, particularly men.
Yes.
Yeah, decenter yourselves from male validation. You don't have to do that.
Yes.
I'm telling you, don't live your life centered on what other people think about you, because if you knew how fast people forget the dead, you would stop living your life for other people. Do you, honey?
And what about you, Shivan, in 5 seconds?
Mine is old is gold, and learn to embrace your personality. It is very important. Just embrace your age the way it is, regardless. Old is gold. Do not live for validation.
Absolutely. And I think why people lie about their age is because they have the feeling of they're running out of time and they wish that they would have done more. But however, before I go, I just want to read a few responses from our social media. Essential Worker says women tend to lie about their age in order to foster social relationship or to maintain their self-image in society. And then that guy from the East says, yeah, now you know she's an underage young now you know she's an underage young man. Bounce before you get those handcuffs. Absolutely. Ivan says she's dishonest. If she lied to you about her age at that young age, then when she gets above age, what would you have recruited? Oh my goodness. And then Yokana says women just want to be perceived as young. They are hardwired that way. And that is all that we had for you on this segment of our views. Keep watching Sunrise at Sea. Don't blink. Well, that's all we had for you on the show of Sunrise at Sea. I hope you had a wonderful time. Don't forget to follow us on our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Like, subscribe, share. Keep up with Sunrise at Sea. We are streaming live on our Facebook and also on our website. Well, until tomorrow, same time, same place, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. from the ladies and I, be kind and have a blessed day.